Welcome to the Water Trough, where we can't make you drink, but we will make you think. My name is Ed Drozd, the Small Business Doctor, and I'm really excited you chose to join me here as we discuss topics that are important for small business folks just like you. If you're looking for ideas, inspiration, and possibility, you've come to the right place. Join us as we take steps to help you create the healthy business that you've always wanted. There's a new term going around the office these days. It's called productivity paranoia. I imagine you've probably heard about it, and perhaps you're one of those that is experiencing it yourself. Productivity paranoia is that concept that people are not as productive as they say they are. The term productivity paranoia was coined by Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella in a recent report on workplace trends. In that report, it was found that 87% of employees said that they're productive at work, but only 12% of senior leaders have full confidence that their team is being productive. Now, certainly since the dawn of COVID, there has been a greater emphasis on remote work, and this is something that really brought this to bear. People working at home out of the sight of their managers and their peers leads one to believe that productivity cannot possibly be as it used to be. In fact, when people have the option to take breaks as they wish, they can go off and have food at any time, they can entertain guests, whatever they want to do during the workday, it's clearly expected that productivity has to fall. The Bureau of Labor Statistics has actually evaluated the productivity rates and has determined that the rates are the lowest on record since 1947. And of course, this adds to the fear, the worry that we are, in fact, a society of less and less engaged employees whose productivity is simply abysmal. But let's think about this for a moment. Productivity has never been something that is meant to be out of the eyes of management. One of the fundamental principles of management is the concept of control. When I say control, I don't mean watching over people, micromanaging, and being certain that they're doing what you thought or what you said they should be doing. No, control is the fact-based observation about whether or not things are being done according to standards. In the control function of management, we create standards that are realistic, standards that are agreed upon not only by those who are managing activities, but those who are performing those activities. The standards are established and they are well disseminated so that no one is unaware of their existence and the reason for them. With these standards, we create metrics, things that we can observe and measure. That is to say, we want to assess whether or not the standards are being met. And then, finally, we look at those measurements to determine if, in fact, we are in a state of control. Productivity is certainly one of these things that we can look for through a variety of metrics. What is our output per unit, put per individual or per line in a manufacturing facility, for example? With that information, the manager is then able to determine what needs to be done. If things are going well, let's find out why they're going well and make sure that we capitalize on that and do it again. And if they're not meeting the standards that have been set, let's figure out what the reason for that is and take corrective action so that we can prevent that decline in productivity, that decline in reaching the standards that we've set for ourselves. But you see, this is a managerial function. The idea that we are concerned about our employees' ability to be productive, the idea that simply perhaps because they're out of sight, that they may not be working up to par, is really not getting close to the source of the issue. A good manager has to have a good control function. And lacking that, the manager is not doing their job. If we have people working at home, just as much as if they're working in our workplace, we have to still set standards for what is expected of them. If it's expected in the workplace that I'm going to achieve X units of output per given day, it doesn't matter if I'm working at home or in the office. If I'm able to achieve that, that is the expectation. If it's clearly felt that more can be done, the standards should be adjusted accordingly so that I'm expected to do more. It may well be that there is more visible time to fill in. After all, let's face it, when you're in the workplace, it's easy to say, hey, you got nothing to do? Can you do this for me as well? Okay, fine. That might be something that you'll miss if someone's working remotely. But it doesn't excuse us from having adequate control over the process. To simply lament our employees are not doing enough, aren't doing their job, is basically managers ignoring their own job. So then, I ask you, what are you doing to manage your productivity paranoia? Are you actually paranoid about what is not being? If you are aware of the fact that things are not getting done as they should, what are you doing about it? And if you merely sense that things are not getting done as they should, do you realize where you've come up short? That it's your responsibility to not sense but to know the status of the output within your employee group? It's very easy to get caught up in things like the productivity rates that have been described by the Bureau of Labor Statistics and say, yeah, see, people are not productive as they used to be. But on a one-to-one basis, you, the manager, and your employees, you have the ability, you have the capacity, you have the opportunity to maintain adequate control over productivity. And it's your job to do just that. Just because statistics say that productivity is at its lowest level on record since 1947 does not mean it has to be that way in your organization. It's not good enough for a manager to sit back and say, hey, look at that, it's bad all around, and bemoan the fact that theirs too must be poor. Managers are designed to be proactive. Managers are designed to get things done through people. That means working carefully with people, paying attention to what they're doing, and ensuring that they have the standards against which to measure their performance, as well as the resources and tools to get the job done. This is Ed Drozda. If you are feeling that productivity paranoia, take a good look in the mirror. Are you doing your job? I'll see you next time.